Hi,
Hi.
thank you for joining our podcast.
My pleasure.
Can you introduce yourself and talk about what you do?
Sure. My name is Kritika Sethi and I am the co-founder of WeVaad. We are an online dispute resolution institution. Uh, our tagline justifies what we do. विवाद है तो विवाद है.
Interesting. And I spoke to you and we discussed that in India there are a lot of issues happening in terms of recovery, right? A lot of invoices, pending invoices, invoices that have disputes, all of these have become very common across India in the MSMEs, right? So if you would like to explain and give your thoughts on how you're helping them solve these issues, and you guarantee to do it within 90 days,
That's
right?
right.
So if you can give your thoughts on that.
Sure. So there are so many avenues in which people can resolve their disputes within the realm, within the four corners of the law, which people are not aware about. So we are utilizing those modes that are available under law, which are arbitration, mediation, and conciliation. These are conducted under their respective statutes. The statutes provide guidelines and regulations as per which these processes can be conducted. How we have modified these, how we have tried to make people utilize maximum potential out of it, is where we have simplified it in our rules. So our rules explain the procedure, our rules explain the nitty-gritty of each part of the process, and at the same time they ensure that these processes are completed within 90 days to ensure that people are able to resolve their disputes and not have to deal with them in a lengthy, protracted manner. And at the same time, parties are able to mend their relations, strengthen their commercial ties, so that it furthers their enterprise, it furthers their objectives.
Sure. Can you explain to a middleman or a middle class person an example of this journey of how this issue gets resolved or how it gets raised in the first place?
Sure. Assume any person. Let me take you as an example. Today you have a business, right? And you are a small or micro enterprise in India. And there are certain outstanding invoices. A regular businessman in India does not usually enter into lengthy contracts with your vendors. But you definitely issue an invoice, right? You will issue an invoice to the person specifying that these are the products that I have supplied to you and this is the total amount that is due and outstanding. Now comes a situation wherein the opposite party does not pay you. Your invoice specifies that the invoice has to be cleared within 30 days of the date of the invoice. Now if the opposite party does not pay you, what do? Right? You will keep following up with him. You will request him, kindly clear my payment. I really value relation with you. I really value our relation and I see that there's a lot of potential in our collaboration in the future. But I would need the invoices to be cleared in a timely manner. Otherwise, it will have cash flow implications for you. And even then the party does not pay. Then what do? You will send him a legal notice, hoping that he will get scared and he will feel that you will take legal action against him. He would also not want to participate in any legal action because it would involve incurring cost at his end. And you would hope that the invoice gets cleared. Yeah. But still, if it doesn't happen, then what will you do? Right? So how we help MSMEs, how we help NBFCs, how we help fintechs in recovery of their outstanding invoices is all through legal modes that are available with the parties that protects both the parties and their rights. We do mediation for them at the first instant to understand what is the issue, what is the concern, why is it that the invoices are not getting cleared by the other party. If there is an issue, say he has raised an issue with respect to the quality of the service, quality of the product, mediation as a process helps both parties in coming to an amicable resolution, something that works for you, something that works for the opposite party, and at the same time ensuring that it strengthens your relationship with the other party, right? And if mediation as a process is not able to resolve the dispute for you, then we escalate it to arbitration, right? Arbitration as a process helps both parties in timely and in a cost-effective dispute resolution without having to resort to court for the purposes of recovery of your invoice. However, at the same time ensuring that you are able to get the final order within the stated timeline.
So are you seeing a lot of these issues rising in India, and how do you think the future of India would look like resolving these issues?
So this issue of outstanding invoices amounts to a whooping 10.7 lakh crore worth of invoices that are currently outstanding. Yes. Now these are the reported figure, that these are the amounts, these are the quantum of claim in the invoice that is currently outstanding to parties. And you know, majority of the businesses in India are credit run businesses, right, where parties have to extend credit to get additional revenue, to meet their targets, etc. Right? And keeping this figure in mind, it becomes extremely important. I mean, it's indispensable that you have to have a mechanism that helps parties in timely resolution of these disputes, so that parties are able to maintain time value of money.
And so, to go to the next question, how do you think in the long run, India is on a growth path for the next 5-10 years? In the long run, is this process going to get digitized? Is there a way where we can get better resolution as an industry, as a standard, from the legal standpoint? Is there something that from the legal standpoint we are going to do better in the coming years?
Definitely, there's a lot of potential in India. It's a growing economy. Everybody believes in the India story. We believe in the India story. And the backbone of this India story is the strength of its legal processes. And these legal processes are being revolutionized. They are being modified to suit the needs of the current circumstances and the challenges that the current times pose to us. This is a challenge that is being posed to different parties. Courts, lawyers, judges, judiciary, our legislature, everybody is in favor of helping parties in ensuring that there is timely resolution of these disputes, which is why online dispute resolution has picked up pace in India, and it has helped parties in resolving these disputes in a much effective and an efficient manner.
Interesting. Thank you for that. And on that note, if some MSME or business owner looking at this podcast wants some help from you, how can they contact you?
You can go to our website, you can fill the form will reach our team will get in touch with you shortly.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.